business owners who are in the process of starting a business? What advice would you give them?
I would say that marketing is not optional. I can't tell you how many people I run into that just don't even know what marketing is or believe that they have to budget for marketing in their business. I've seen businesses come and go out of business, within a period of time very quickly. One in particular that, they renovated the whole place, put in a waterfall and hand-carved wood tables. And, I said, what do you have for marketing? He goes, oh, nothing. We spent all the money on the renovation. There's a budget that needs to be allocated, and it's usually 3 to 5% of gross revenue for marketing. And many businesses just don't do that. Or they think that a one-time Groupon offer is marketing. That's not marketing, okay? It's a tactical execution. So really thinking about a comprehensive, trackable approach to measuring your business growth is what I would tell them, and that you really have to have grit, drive, and patience. And along the way, ask for help. Ask for help if you don't get it.
Grit, drive, and aspiration. Boy, that's really true. And I tell everybody, and I'm talking about whether you're again a solopreneur or a huge company, everybody's in the marketing business. If you don't market, nobody knows who you are. So I agree. But would you say that when you do marketing, what's the thing that you bring to the table that other marketing companies don't? I mean, what sets you apart?
So I really think have a knack for these creative solutions that lend themselves to operational challenges. Also, I will dig in with your company. I consider myself a partner. It's personal to me. I don't want to spend your money or waste your money. I want to see results, and I want to track things. I always try to over-deliver and to really be very strategic. I will investigate your competitors. I will look at, what's a unique brand pillar for you and something that'll set your company apart as a positioning. I treat businesses like my own business, and I want you to succeed. So I really do my best to try to execute on that level, even if it's a commodity type business. One of my business partners and clients is a parking company, for example, and they're very commodity oriented. A parking space is a parking space, right? But I was able to kind of come up with something that would set them apart from other parking facilities, and that was the fact that they had security and this kind of personal touch that they added to parking, where there was always somebody at the gate and it wasn't automated. So if there was a question, you could speak to a human being. So I came up with a whole campaign for them, centered around driving, obviously, but it was, solutions driven, customer driven, and the whole kind of campaign that would go along with that showed that personal touch from something as commodity oriented as a parking company.
Well, that's true. I mean, still, if you want your car to be secure and not dinged and
exactly.
I've been in some situations where I wonder how on earth do they let people park like this, because you can't get in or out. Mm-hmm. So you're absolutely
or cameras right. If you're a woman at night, something like that.
That's right. So you said something about people not even giving. They don't even know what marketing is. So how do you explain what marketing is? If somebody comes to you, I mean, you say, okay, do you have a marketing budget? And they say, no, we spent everything on renovations. But there are people who don't even know what marketing is. So what do you do? How do you explain it to people?
Well, sometimes you have to go to the pain perspective, I like to call it. Fear can be a powerful driver. So I utilize that in a way that helps them to understand, do they want to succeed? What are their goals to succeed? It's almost like business planning, and people are paralyzed by it. They don't know the first step that they should take to market their business. And so I'll actually sit down with them, talk about their goals and what they want to do. And at the end of the day, they're really, I try to make it very simple. There's really only 4 ways to grow or market your business. And I don't care what kind of business it is. There's only 4 ways to attract more customers to your business. And that is through new trial, more frequency or people visiting more, adding additional product lines or services. So if you see somebody like something, then you just kind of add something on from there. or bundling it. So, and you see many companies doing this. Amazon's a great example. Starbucks is a great example. And so I really try to keep it simple, and then I work a marketing plan around that so that we can at least get quick wins, because everybody wants quick wins. They want to see a clearing that gave them some success, and from that they can then say, okay, I finally get this. I'm using specific strategies to help grow my business. And I really focus on helping business owners work on their business versus in their business. And that is key. When you step away and are working on your business from a strategic perspective instead of in it, in the day-to-day grind, you see things a lot differently.
That's true. That's true. And, I go to a lot of conferences. I'm kind of a conference groupie. And I come back with all these wonderful ideas, and my mind, I come up with a lot of things on the airplane. My mind works really well there. And, you get back to life as usual and you get sucked back into that routine of routine. So you're right. I mean, it takes that extra special thinking that is sometimes hard when you're not outside of your business. So what would you say your proudest accomplishment is, Jodi?
Well, there's a couple things, interestingly. One of them was my dad had sent me a note from the high school that I graduated from that they were looking for a commencement speaker. And I feel like he was probably half joking at that point. And he with a little scribble by the side that said, you should apply for this. So not only did I send a letter, I called them up and I said, I'm going to be your next graduation speaker. And they're like, okay, well, there's a committee and we'll let you know, we'll get back to you. And, I was like, that's fine, but I'm going to be the next speaker. And they're like, well, we only pay like $300, so, and you live in Florida, so we're not sure. I'm like, I don't even want the money. I will donate that to the scholarship fund. I'm your next speaker. And so that summer, I did the commencement speech for my former high school, and my parents got to come and hear me speak. And it was such an honor to meet all the kids. And later that night, I kind of went home and I had asked my dad, I'm like, well, what did you think? And you probably understand parents from that generation, but he said, I thought it was great. You enunciated everything very clearly. Well, thank you, Dad. And I was just so proud to have them there and really be able to share that with me. And one of my other big PR coups is last summer, my husband and I went to Paris to celebrate his birthday and to commemorate his father, who was a World War II veteran, and he was shot down during the war and had walked the Pyrenees Mountains to freedom. And so we went back and we visited this little town where he was shot down. We were able to meet the family that rescued him and film, I had my little hand camera with me, film him walking in the cornfield where his father's plane was still buried in the ground. And as we got ready to leave, and the woman was 81 years old, her name was Paulette, her son came up with this crate and said to my husband, would you like to take a piece of your father's plane home with you? And it was just such an amazing, first of all, just visit. But I thought that was such a great story. So I went out and I pitched that to the media. And I really call this my best and favorite PR accomplishment to date. Right the day before Veterans Day last year, I got a TV crew to come out, use the B-roll footage that I had from the Paris trip, and do an interview with my husband about his father and the whole rescue efforts in Paris during World War II. And it got filmed and picked up and ran on the local channel on Veterans Day of last year. And it was just such a great, a memory for him. And I was so proud of him to be able to do that.
Wow, that's fabulous. That is a really great story. That is a really great story. And to think that plane is still there after all those years, I mean, I know. Just amazing.
And the woman was still alive.
Yeah.
15 when it was shot down. So it was just, it
was
really an amazing.
I have a friend who is a World War II Marine, and she's still alive. Her birthday was yesterday, and she was 93. So
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, this has just been delightful, Jodi. Why don't you let people know how to get in touch with you?
Sure, yeah. So my website, you can come visit my website, and it's Cross Network Marketing. My website is www.crossnm.com. My phone number is 305-439-6712, or you can reach me through my email, jcross at crossnm, as in Nancy Michael.com. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn as well, under Crosstalk and jcross.
Well, there you have it, folks. Jodi is a wonderful, wonderful resource. So if you're in the market for a marketing expert, she's the one to call. And Jodi, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Have a great day, everyone.